What's up, comic and pop culture fans? This is James with Minhunter Comics, and we might have some really good news on our hands. Let's talk about the new CGC announcement where they indicated that they're all caught up and we should be expecting some normal, or at least better, return times after the intro. Guys, before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like, comment down below, and subscribe. By commenting below on this video, not only are you going to be eligible for a giveaway we're doing for just this video, in which you'll win this Vampirella TMNT homage cover, but also you're going to be put towards the 12,000 subscriber giveaway, which is a PS5 coming up. Joined members of this channel commenting on this video are going to win the retail incentive copy of that Vampirella TMNT homage cover. Join below to get access to other perks like this, as well as early videos and exclusive members-only content. Let's dive into that new news. So CGC announced this on the 15th of November, and it's that CGC eliminates package backlog for comics. Now, anyone who's called into CGC customer service or support or whatever have you, you know about this. Everyone's been noting that in the olden days, it took 2 to 3 months for books to come back from CGC. Lately, it's been like 4 all the way to like 10 months for some of you guys. So looking at the new news here, this could potentially be some big news. And I want to congratulate CGC on listening to the fans and doing what really needed to be done. It looked like that new warehouse and all that new space and all those new employees is going to turn into something really good for us as the fans. So let's go ahead, let's check out this post. Certified Guarantee Company, CGC, is excited to announce that it has caught up on the backlog of submitted comics that were waiting to be opened. This is huge because there have been so many books that they haven't even gotten to. It's taken them like 2 to 3 months just to get to some of the books that arrive in the warehouse. So with that all caught up, now they can focus on other things like actually grading our comics. That's a big one. The CGC's been growing at an insanely rapid pace. In 2020, they received more submissions than they ever could have possibly dreamed of. And it was, I imagine it must have been a factory and company nightmare dealing with it all. So they've got the increased demand and now they've got the space. And they say now every package has been opened and submitters have full visibility into the status of their submissions through the online tracking tool. I'll show you mine in just a moment. To view the current status, sign into your account and select submission tracking under submit. So let's take a look at my submissions. I've got an in-house grading, a magazine, economy, a bunch of moderns, couple various books here. I've got a in-house signing that's been lost for a long time. I've got a bunch of stuff stuck with CCS and stuff that's even older that doesn't even show up because it's older than 8 months. Wow. To eliminate the package backlog, CGC took a multi-pronged approach, including adding 25,000 square feet of space to develop and implement an optimized CGC workflow. That's that new space I told you about. We've known that about it for a few months, but it hasn't changed the speed, certainly, in which we've seen it. But it looks like, to me, that's now being used. So let's see, CGC now occupies more than 108,000 square feet in Sarasota, Florida. That's awesome. This is interesting. CGC has also taken steps to ensure an adequate supply of holder parts, while many companies struggle with supply chains disruptions. Yeah, all that plastic, that comes from somewhere. And I have heard that CBCS and other companies have been noticing that their delays seem to be coming from an issue with actually making sure they have the parts. So having these extra capabilities is also going to allow for a further return time. With CG's optimized workflow, submissions now travel a shorter distance around CGC's facility. Yes, I always thought it was silly how CGC's was in the past designed that, oh, well, if you sent a book here, it had to go all the way over there. And if you sent a book here, it had to go all the way to this other place that does the pressing. And now it looks like they finally got a nice flow for everything. That's also going to contribute to a faster return time. Over the next few months, these efforts are expected to lead to faster return times. It's nice to see them actually finally saying that, because before, when they said they were hiring all this new staff and all this new space, they didn't say anything about it actually changing the return times. Instead, they just raised the price on us. Hopefully, we have a better product now. Some customers have noticed that submissions have been completed faster than CGC's posted turnaround times. That is definitely true. My buddy from Phantasm Comics had one that came back to him in a month, which is crazy because I've got some that are over 10 months that I haven't gotten back. These submissions were put through the optimized workflow, and by December 2021, all operations have fully transitioned into this workflow. So now that's actually proof to me that it works. It is fast, and like these new submissions going in are going along with this new workflow. That's good to see. Our intent is to complete submissions on a first in, first out basis within each grading tier, and every effort will be made to do so going forward. Fast track submissions will continue to be prioritized. Remember, you can pay more. Fast track should be faster. Now, what does that mean for all of us that have all these older books? It almost sounds like they're focusing on the new books coming in are being fast. Well, I feel like this addresses that they're going to go back and really try to do that first come first. So if you've got submissions that are 5, 6, 7 months old, to me, that sounds like that came a lot sooner than anything from the last month. So hopefully that means we got that going. We are grateful for the support and patience of the thousands of submitters, and it really has been thousands, they've been swamped, who have entrusted CGC with their comments. I'm also appreciative of the efforts of our outstanding team, which continues to work tirelessly to eliminate all delays throughout our grading process. I have been waiting for that sentence since 2020. Good to hear. Clearing the package backlog is the first step to improving our turnaround times, and CGC is confident that submissions will be completed significantly faster in the near future. Current turnaround times can be found on the website. The current turnaround times still show a little bit of the crazy turnaround times. Like, I know that if you were doing a regular CCS pressing, it's something like 200 days you can expect to get it back. Hopefully we can start to see that go down. And speaking of CCS, they actually do say that CCS is also expanding and will be better equipped to grow and meet the demand. They are currently hiring and pursuing the best operations for that as we speak. So it sounds like regular CGC might be faster, and CCS, the actual pressing side, is catching up. Now, granted, you pretty much have to submit and press pretty much every book you do, whether you do pressing on your own. So all my books are pretty much almost always pressed. So hopefully that doesn't mean that they'll still be really delayed. We'll have to see. Maybe that means more than ever with CGC being fast again, hopefully. Maybe it is best to go with a presser that you know, a third-party presser that can get it done, and then you can just send it to CGC. I still like using CCS. I've used third-party and CCS. Part of my brain still thinks that CGC likes using CCS. I have nothing to prove it, but I do feel like I've liked my grades when I use CCS, for the most part. Looks like we may have some long overdue news of something good here. We may actually be finally getting this stuff back in a semi-normal turnaround time. I don't know if it's going to be as good as it was like 2 or 3 years ago, but who knows? According to this article, the sky's the limit. Maybe it'll be better. I don't know if I totally believe that, but I guess we'll just have to see, guys. I've noticed in some of the comments a lot of people have been saying, you know, I'll post a thing on my Instagram and say, like, I can't believe it's been 8 months or something. And someone's like, hey, I just got mine back in like 6 weeks. And I get really jealous. If that's the new standard, I'm pretty impressed. If they're able to meet all that demand and get it back that quickly, that would be great. I'm still waiting for it to happen to my submissions, but we'll see. So guys, to me, it looks like we have been heard. Let me know down in the comments if you've been noticing a slight faster return time on your comics, and let me know if you are looking forward to these return times. I know some of you don't mind, but the overwhelming majority definitely were bothered by the super slow return times. And as me personally, I have one that's close to a year old. It'll be nice to get that back soon. Some of my submissions are so old, I don't really remember what I actually have in them, so it'll definitely be a welcomed news. Now, there's other factors going on right now, like I know a lot of people have been saying they feel like CGC has been grading harsher and cracking down on page quality. That's that white pages versus off-white to white. And that very well may be. I think I might do a video talking about the benefits and cons to CGC potentially grading harsher than they have over the last 2 years. That'll be a separate video, but there's going to be some interesting trends that we're going to be noticing. But this trend at least is positive. So good job on you, CGC, for listening to us fans. All we had to do is raise our voices, and it looks like we were heard. So cheers to the comic book fans, and cheers to all the commenters down below in videos like these. Looks like CGC is listening, and I think that's pretty cool. Guys, CGC might be back at it, so it's a particularly good time to keep on hunting.